Welcome to Green Machine Football. I am John Roy along with Bob Pettit, going to bring you all this action tonight here from Bob Reed Field in Geneseo as our Green Machine take on the Foxes tonight here from Yorkville, or Foxes of Yorkville.
Yorkville comes in at 3-0, John, and off a couple real nice wins in in our side of the conference. They had an overtime win against Ottawa last week. Came from a couple scores down and won that ball game. Beat Streeter earlier in the season, and Maple Leafs have to come off, try to get a rebound here off a tough loss at Rochelle. They found out quite a few things they had to work on. I'm sure they worked hard this week.
I'm sure they did. I know they did, as far as film sessions and also just the practice in general. I'm sure it was pretty intense, as we have a few spots to kind of fill in a little bit this week with some injuries that happened last week in the ball game there at Rochelle. And I'm sure they're working in some, I know they're working in some different players in different positions, and we'll be just fine. We'll be all right tonight. So we're ready to start this game. Geneseo comes in the game with a record of 2-1 with that loss last week to Rochelle, and Rochelle was a fine club last week that we got beat by.
We knew we came in this season with a young team, a little lack of experience, needed to get some experience, and they've had 3 games under their belt to get that. Sometimes you have to lose a game just to figure out where you're at, what you have to improve on. So we'll see if that comes through. Along with gaining the experience, though, of course, that depth chart, as you mentioned, John, is going to get tested tonight. Landon Hoon, who plays both sides of the ball, will not play. Ray Singbush, intended to play both sides of the ball, was also injured last week. And then Mitch Miller is dressed, but had a shoulder injury last week, and so we don't know what we're going to see of him. A lot of things going on here on both sides of the ball, and there'll be a lot of new bodies.
Yorkville won the flip to start the game, and they chose to defer till the second half, so Geneseo elected to receive the opening kickoff. Back deep at the goal line is Rowley, number 16. Understand the kicker here for Yorkville is a solid place kicker. Again, the sophomores were victorious by the score of 27-7 here in the preliminary game. A nice pre-game show here with the first responders being honored here in a flyover.
Sophomore game was a great battle right up into the fourth quarter, a 6-point game, and then Leafs blew it open.
And here we go. Knuckleball goes downfield, going to be bounced once. Rolly's going to pick it up at the 10. Looks to go up the middle of the field. He's got a little seam in front of him, and auto with the 30 at the 35-yard line goes Rowley. That's the first ball he's had a chance to return this year, whether it be a kickoff or a punt for the Green Machine, a sophomore.
Had a nice head of steam going up. Had a little seam there, and you're right, John. Probably a solo trip up at the end, and he might have really take that thing. Nice field position to start for the Green Machine. 35-yard line. Here we go.
No score on the board. Seth Daniel sets himself at center. Does the senior. Going to go inside. Gives the ball first man through burst from the fullback position. Picks up a yard for the Maple Leafs. Seth Daniels, as I said, opens up the center position for the Leafs, a senior, 5'11", 230. He's flanked on the left side by Jared Burton, a senior, number 73, 6 foot, 240. The right side is Brian Johnson, number 66, the senior, 210. At the tackle position on that right side, 77, Connor Loxmore, a senior, 6'1", 240. And on the left side, Joe Huffman, number 70, 6'4", 240. Here we go. 2nd and 9. We'll call it for the Leafs. And give the ball second man through a little bit. Seen that time. Oh, Mitchell just about one step away from breaking it out. Picks up 7 on the play. Going to make it a 3rd and a long one for the Leafs.
Yeah, it's almost 2 yards, but that was, again, just a shoestring and away from a long gainer and maybe pay dirt.
3rd down.
But that's
I've had comments to me that it's not shoestring, it's just we need to mow the grass a little shorter.
I think in that sophomore game, it looked like the paint was thick. I think the yard markers made a couple tackles.
Let's call it 3rd and long, a long one. And there's going to be a flag on the play. We'll listen for the mic on the referee to call the penalty.
That's
offsides on the Foxes of Yorkville.
That's going to be a first down. So the Leafs opening possession approaches midfield, 48-yard line.
Let's set the rest of that lineup for you. 23, Drew DeCat, the senior at one end. The 6'1", 170 pounds. The other tight end is number 89, J.J. Rivera, the senior, 6'3", 210. Schneider, the sophomore quarterback, opens up at the quarterback position. Going to give the ball this time to Burst. Burst finds his little seam. He'll give maybe 4 yards on the carry off the right side of that line, which would be Johnson and Luxmore.
Burris, the ball carrier. Scott on the tackle.
Setting the backfield, Derek Mitchell, number 29, lines up in the backfield along with Burris at the 3-back. And the Ryan Webster, I believe, opened up at the 4-back position for the Maple Leafs.
Jacob Koster in the ball game.
2nd and 7. Nice team this time for Burris. Nice hole on that left side that time. Over there be Huffman and Burton. Pick up a solid 5-6 yards.
On the tackle.
Just underway here at Geneseo. Bob Reed Field. No score on the board. Geneseo in their opening possession of the ball game.
This is what we talked so much about last week, John, is that the offensive line just wasn't getting quite the same thrust as they as they like to have. And obviously we credit a lot of that to the Rochelle team, but they're back coming off the ball quickly with a lot of thrust.
Boys are coming up the line of scrimmage ready to play tonight. DeCap out wide this left side. Schneider looks him over. Going to give the ball inside to Burris.
Whoa.
Burris is stacked up. No gain in the play to bring up a 4th down for the Leafs. Ball's at the 44-yard line of
Burris, the ball carrier.
Yorkville.
They guessed right on that play, and they hit head on with a couple ball players. Burris had nowhere to go. 4th on a yard and a half.
Let's say it's at the 43-yard line of Yorkville. 4th down, 9:20 left in the first quarter. No score on the board. Geneseo on the opening possession of the ball game. Checking in the game for the Leafs, number 38.
Ryan Webster checks in with the play.
Schneider, the sophomore quarterback, leads them up there. Puts them tight formation, wing back right side. Goes under center. The linebackers are coming. They're going to jump off sides. I believe once again, Yorkville jumped off as they brought their linebackers. They almost stumbled over the line of scrimmage, and they will call it against the
dead ball. Encroachment on the defense.
Officials had to confirm, make sure that there wasn't any green jerseys that jumped, but there was not.
Nice job by the officiating group right now. Give them time.
Had a couple
9 minutes left here in the.
10 for the Maple Leafs at the Yorkville.
No, they're doing a good job. They'll get it even better. So, tight formation for the Leafs. First down by a source of a penalty. First man through is going to get the carry. Burris once again with the ball. Falls forward.
Burris, the ball carrier.
Burris is 6'2", 185 pounds.
Nice ball fake by Snyder. 2 guys bid on that thing. He was. Burris is a couple yards, had the ball for about 2 yards before they tackled Snyder. 2 players.
So we'll call it 2nd and 9 for the Leafs at the 38-yard line. Oh, nice pitch out on the carry this time. 38 for the Leafs.
That's
and that
Webster.
would be Webster, the sophomore.
Webster, the ball carrier.
Bring up a 3rd and about 5. Well, let's call it 3rd and probably 6
on the tackle
for the Leafs.
So the youngsters getting some playing time here. Obviously Snyder a quarterback all season long, but Ray Singbook's scheduled to start in that backfield as a sophomore out with that back injury, and so Webster, the sophomore, steps in.
So we come to line of scrimmage, 3rd and long for the Leafs. Wing back on this left side is Curley. Coaster, and goes sweep plays, gets some blockers out in front. Oh, he slips and falls, does Mitchell with the ball. He had a nice room to cut there, just didn't grab the turf and went down. 4th down for the Leafs.
This is going to be about 4th and 7.
Gingrich on the tackle, 4th down.
Looks like they're going to go for it as they're sending the play in. Webster's going to bring the play in to Schneider.
You don't gain a lot by punting at this situation, so
no.
But you got to pull out your 4th and 8 play.
No score on the board. Geneseo on the opening possession with 7:12 left in the first quarter. Ball sits on the 35-yard line of Yorkville. 4 down linemen, 4 stand-up linebackers. Going to sprint out right side to throw the ball. Gets the ball outside, incomplete at the 20-yard line to bring up 4th. Ball's going to be turned over on downs at the 35-yard line of Yorkville.
Led DeCap just a little too much.
We got some confrontation or some discussion on that far sideline. As the official.
Hey, White.
Preliminary indication would be illegal man downfield, I believe. Illegal man downfield.
But they're going to decline that, of course, and the Foxes are going to take over.
Ineligible receiver down the field on the green team. That penalty is declined. First down, White.
So the Leaf defense gets an opportunity to show what it's got.
Trying to set your defense up front. Strawhacker open up the middle at that nose guard position, number 79, 285 pounds. He'll be flanked by Huffman, number 70. on that left side, who goes 240. And on the right side will be Cameron Panacucci, the junior, 220 pounds, 5'11". Linebackers will be Rivera, David Barons, number 36, 6 foot, 190. Brian Johnson, number 66, the senior, 6 foot, 210. And Michael Daniels on the right side, the junior, 5'10", 205. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Foxes. Their opening possession. Geneseo's defense is going to stiffen up and let him gain about a yard, but good contact, good penetration that time by Rivera.
And also Strawhacker and Johnson in on that tackle.
We'll catch the defensive backs here. Zach Alexander, number 47, the sophomore, 6 foot, 155.
Rowley on the tackle
along with
for
Ethan
Geneseo,
Raschke,
Ryan,
the
the
junior,
ball
number
carrier.
44,
Second
155 pounds. Matthew Rowley, the sophomore, 5'10", 150 pounds in that defensive backfield. Gain 3 in the play. It's called 2nd and 7 for the Foxes. Kind of an offset eye. Gives the ball to 45 up the middle. Going to be short of the first down. I'll bring up a 3rd down for the Foxes on the carry.
45 is,
Daniels on the
yeah,
tackle.
45 is Dan Scott, brought down by Michael Daniels
Scott, the ball
on the
carrier,
play.
3rd down.
Tyler Craig checks in. Somebody's got to hustle off there. Somebody's got to hustle off there. Craig backs out. Craig back out.
3rd and short.
Nice
Play on the defense of Geneseo. They stacked him up in the backfield. David Barron steps up and makes the play. Loss of about 2 on the play. They bring up 4th down for the Foxes. They'll have to go into punt formation.
Daniels.
That was Michael Daniels actually just split that.
Brian, the ball carrier, 4th down.
Brought him down in the backfield. 4th and about a yard and a half, and they're going to kick it away without receiving a 1st down.
Back deep, a single return man. Now they're going to step up close and just let the ball go. They're going to even make the play to return the ball. Rowley's up tight also. Now just let that ball hit the ground and roll. Takes a bad bounce, rolls down to about the 22-yard line. That's where Geneseo's offense to come back on the field. Didn't want to chance the return there, just wanted to play defense and let the ball be punted down and rolls dead at the 22-yard line. Geneseo comes on for their 2nd possession of the game with 5:12 left in the 1st quarter. No score on the board here from Bob Redfield.
The weather acts like it wants to spit just a little bit. I don't know if it is right now or not, but earlier it was just drizzling a little bit, and sometimes that has an effect.
Yep.
Maple Leafs probably going to try to go straight up and down the field in a wet condition.
Wing back this left side for the Leafs. Option play, trying to get outside. On the carry is
not going to get it.
Mitchell once again.
Mitchell,
I think they're asking him to try to get outside around the corner rather than trying to cut it up. Is Johnson, Coach Johnson, near sideline.
Rich and the Q on the tackle.
It didn't matter whether he tried to cut or go out that time. They had that well covered. There's 4 defenders. He had nowhere to go.
Sophomores were victorious tonight by the score of 27-7 in our preliminary game.
Costa checks back in. You know, they're still feeling their way around this running back situation. See who really going to get the job done. Got a lot of depth, a lot of people.
Double wing
give
set.
Opportunities here.
Stacked up at the point of attack.
That's Burris.
Nothing going. We may have lost a yard in the play.
Burris got hit head on. The Foxes are getting fired up.
Devere and Scott on the
They're
tackle.
just putting them back.
3rd and 11.
That was off our right side, our left side, that the penetration was made that time.
The Green Boys moved the ball down the field fairly well.
The first time, 30 yards down the field.
And then they stalled on 4th.
The cap goes wide to the right side on a 3rd and 11 situation from our own 22-yard line. Schneider looks him over. Yorkville does a lot of jumping around. Nice pass out in the flat that time. Mitchell with the carry and the catch in the gets a 1st down by about 3 yards out to about the 36-yard line.
Mitchell turned that one up. Just nice pass, nice soft touch out there by Snyder. Turned that one upfield. You had again about 2 maybe 2 guys to beat on that.
36-yard line.
Coaster brings the play in to Schneider, the quarterback. They break the huddle. Daniel leads them up the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of Geneseo. No score on the board. 3:30 left, 1st quarter. Little counter play action that time on the carry. Nice carry by Mitchell that time.
Mitchell, the ball carrier.
Gets a pickup of probably 7 on the carry.
Obviously want to try to get that ball in the senior's hands.
On the tackle.
You can see they're trying to get him some touches. Doing a nice job with it. Had a couple trying to cut up, couple opportunities that it looked like a slick field hampered him, but give Derek a little bit of a hole and he'll find you some yardage.
I like the way we're coming out of that huddle, wanting to come up and play some ball. They set themselves wing back right side for the Maple Leafs. Going to go sweep play. Webster with the carry. Webster going to cut it back against the green. Webster's going to pick up the first down. He's going to drag a couple of guys with him. Gets it close to midfield and the first down, Geneseo. Once again, a sophomore having to step up here to help out due to the injuries at the upper levels.
Last week, John, they learned a few things about the speed of the game. Rochelle, an experienced club, showed them how fast the varsity level plays, and you can see that the Maple Leafs are playing with a lot better speed this week.
At their own 48-yard line.
Up we come, 2:38 left in this first quarter. No score on the board. Geneseo, second possession of the game. And a little counteraction, a little seam that time for Derek Mitchell. Still in the feet, he's going to break it free. Mitchell gets the first down, runs somebody over at the 40-yard line, and rolls forward to the 38. Derek Mitchell's playing like a senior wants to play to win a game. Derek Mitchell took on a big fella back there, just ran him over.
Little pinball action inside where the horde was. Then when he broke out of there, there's one man there, and he says, it's you or me, buddy.
15 yards on the run, 15 yards.
37-yard line.
Moves the ball down to the 37.
Once again, down in 4-down territory again, so Maple Leafs have another great opportunity.
1st and 10, wing back once again. Mitchell lines up on that right side. Burrs in the backfield along with Coaster. Coaster going to carry the ball. He's going to pick up a yard or two, gets it close to the 35. They're still pushing him around over there.
A little slow whistle.
Yep.
It looked like that pile was stopped for quite some time before the whistle blew.
They're going to put it on the 36-yard line with 1:48 left in this first quarter. No score on the board.
Ball carrier.
So it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Spagel and Scott on the tackle. Second down.
Need a little bit of a seam here. Get those running backs a little bit of a hole.
Geneseo with the ball.
Come on, big boys.
Geneseo with the ball going toward the north end zone here at Geneseo. Ball's on the right hash mark. As the offense regroups in the huddle with 1:25 left in this first quarter. No score on the board.
We got
tight formation.
Huffman, Burton, and Rivera over here on this left side. Going to blow a hole right now. Boom.
Going to give it to Mitchell. Let the senior pull him forward. He's going to pull him down close to the 30. Make it a little more reasonable for the Maple Leafs as they'll set up with a third.
Mitchell, the ball carrier.
Third and about long 4.
The Q had Babler on the tackle.
Got Daniels in the middle and Brian Johnson, Connor Luxmore, and Duty Cap over on the far side.
Near side, we got Jared Burton, Joe Huffman, and J.J. Rivera.
They just had that great opportunity to blow a nice little hole, and now the right side's going to get this time.
Now on this side, closest to us in the camera.
Short side of the field.
Wing back, two-point stance. Quarterback's going to keep it. Oh, close to the 30 goes Schneider. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 2 for the Maple Leafs, a long 2 for the Maple Leafs. They marked the ball right on the 30-yard line. 24 seconds left in this first quarter, and I'm sure Maple Leafs will probably let the clock run out here.
4th down.
And take their time and talk about it before they start this second quarter.
On the last possession, they did a double go and received the penalty. And then on the first time they had 4th down. Then on 4th down again, they put the ball in the air and were not successful. So see what the option is here on 4th down and about 3.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter of action here from Bob Reed Field. Yorkville Foxes 0, Maple Leafs 0.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Studio G Salon and Spa, Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Geneseo Telephone Company, Phoenix Interiors, Central Bank, Holland & Sons Equipment, Durian Builders, Turpins of Geneseo, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, Northside Rexall Drug, Protec Auto Body, Crow Ford, Stackhouse Moore Funeral Services, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
Welcome back as we get ready to start this second quarter of action here from Bob Reed Field and Geneseo. I am John Rowley along with Bob Pettit, bringing you all this action of Northern Illinois Big 12 football here from Geneseo. Geneseo offense set with a 4th and 3 from the Yorkville 30-yard line as we get ready to start this second quarter. No score on the board. Geneseo's sophomore team was victorious this evening by the score of 27-7.
The first quarter was all Leafs. Offensively, Foxes had the ball for 3 plays and a punt, but there is no score on the board.
And Geneseo set up with a 4th and
The
4th
advantage,
and 3, isn't it? A solid 4th and 3.
the advantage of the first quarter is that the Fox defense has got to be getting tired.
They get the first down. Geneseo gets the first down on the carry there, I believe, was the sophomore.
Yeah.
Webster with the carry.
Webster, the ball carrier. McHugh, the tackle.
So moves the sticks, 25-yard line. Nice pickup on the play by Webster.
Nice blocking on the right side of the line. Johnson and Luxmore and DeCap over on the right side. Nice run by Webster. Picks up the first down and the Maple Leafs moving.
Break the huddle and up we come. Tight formation. Again, Mitchell, the senior 29. See him in the camera now. Setting himself to the right side. 2-point stance at wingback. Gonna look the ball, the counter play. 29 had a chance. Ooh, gets it over the 20 down to 18. He had one blocker in front of him.
Mitchell, the ball carrier.
Luxmore was out in front of him. Picked the different guy than what Derek was gonna avoid. So nice pickup of 5 on the play. Brings up a second and a long, second and 5, let's call it, for the Leafs as we move inside the 20 to the 23-yard line.
If the machine can keep this ground control offense rolling, the Yorkville defense has got to get tired. They've got to get tired.
Yep.
They have been on the field the entire quarter and then the onset of the second quarter.
With the carry at that time was Mitchell. Moves the ball down to about the 17-yard line, so it's going to bring up a
Mitchell,
third.
Let's
call it 3rd and 4 for the Leafs. 3rd and 3 for the Leafs.
Webster and Coaster shuffling the plays in and out.
No score on the board. 10:35 left in the second quarter here from Geneseo. Schneider looks him over again. Tight formation. Sends him in motion. Ball's fumbled on the ground. It's still loose. Geneseo will fall on it. And I believe Mitchell recovered it.
That ball kind of bounced in the wrong direction, so it kind of deep into the Geneseo backfield. So it's going to be 4th and pretty long here. It's going to be 4th and 8. After being 2nd and pretty short.
Right.
Leafs have followed it on the ensuing 2 plays, so it's going to be 4th and it's a good strong 8.
There we go, tight formation. Rivera at the left end. Schneider keeps the ball on the play, gets it down to the 20-yard line, but Geneseo will turn the ball over on downs.
Gingrich on the tackle.
With 9:47 left in this first half.
Goes over on bounds to Yorkville.
Defense gets an opportunity to show what they've got one more time. This would be a great opportunity to get a stop deep into the Yorkville territory here and maybe turn that ball over to the Leafs in a little better field position.
Yep.
The game of field position so far is won by the Leafs.
We've moved the ball a little bit, but just not quite enough to get it into the end zone. Geneseo's defense jumping around up front. Strawhacker in the middle of that defense. We give the ball to fullback. He's going to be stacked up at the point of attack. Geneseo hustling the ball all
right near the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Everybody flying to the ball. Good pursuit. Everybody in on that one. Picked up about a yard. Very much in contrast to the game we had last year up in Yorkville.
Yes.
The score was 41-6 or something at halftime, and it was a track meet. This is much more. They do have a new coach.
Yep.
He's not really new to the game, of course. Rumor has it he's coached before.
We've seen him before. They'll call 2nd and the long 8 for Yorkville, trying to get outside. Cuts back against the grain, still on his feet. Going to be brought down by the host of Geneseo tacklers at the 24-yard line. So they'll bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 6 for Yorkville.
Rolling in on that. Billiard at the bottom of the pile.
As Bob alluded to there, Carl Hoykins was the coach of Oswego when we played them in the state championship back in 1992, which Oswego won in that game.
So they have high hopes of reviving their program under a well-seasoned coach.
Had 25 years at Oswego before he retired and decided to get back into football. At Yorkville, 3rd and long for Yorkville. Eye backs in the backfield. Flags thrown on this near side. The referees are mic'd tonight.
Dead ball. The entire offensive line in the neutral zone.
It may mean that the center didn't snap it in time.
We picked a nice night to mic the officials because we have a comedian there with their white hat on. So he put on a pretty good show at the coin flip for the crowd.
Yep.
And he's putting on a show now.
Let's call it. The ball sits on the 20-yard line of Yorkville. 3rd and 10. Spread the field with receivers to the top of the screen to the right side. Geneseo's defense matches them up. Sprint out action to throw the ball. Drops back. Nice knockdown by up front. J.J.
Rivera got his paw on it.
Knocked it down.
Come on, J.J. You're supposed to catch that ball.
He just does that with the sacks and knocks the ball loose and falls in the fumble. So
it's 4th and a little more than 10.
From their own 20-yard line, Yorkville will have to go into punt formation. Back deep goes Rowley.
I think the net yardage for Yorkville in 2 possessions is about 3 yards. Would you say somewhere in there?
Right in there. Rowley's back deep along with Alexander, it looks like, on that far return man.
Oh, it's kind of a hook punt.
And runs high, hits the ground and slides out of bounds at the 35, a 15-yard punt.
Well, we got our wish, John. We got good field position. We were hoping we'd get a stop, get some good field position out of this possession. And that's exactly what it is. 35-yard line of Yorkville to start from. Only 35 yards to go to pay dirt.
No score on the board. Maple Leafs need to...
Can't say enough about how well that defense has played in these 2 series. Excellent effort.
And actually, the offense hasn't, the 15-yard punt, actually, the defense has not played that bad either, the little bit of time they've been on the field. It's time to pay each other off here. Going to give it up the middle. Burris with the carry. He pushes forward for about 3.
The entire offensive line driving the legs.
Daniels up there, leading the way.
That wasn't a very good spot. He's going to get about 2 on it. Looked like the pile went farther downfield.
Yeah. They have had that problem marking the ball, haven't they?
I don't know if we should give them a lesson or not here.
Let's call it 2nd and 8 for the Leafs. On the carry that time out.
I think Snyder kept that. Was that?
Yep, Snyder kept the ball and lost a yard in the play to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Leafs.
Snyder did not get rid of that ball, and he got decked right now. So they're right back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10. Those officials are Ken Growey, Kyle Brutus, Mark Burrell, Kirk Goodman, and Larry Coyne. Just in case they happen to be watching TV 50, they want to hear their name.
Geneseo breaks the huddle, and DeCap comes out wide to the right side. There's timeout being called by Coach Larry Johnston on this near sideline as Geneseo broke the huddle with a 3rd and 10 situation, and Coach Johnston decides to spend a little time and talk about it here with a timeout. No score on the board with 6:40 left in this first half.
On that previous drive, they had a critical 3rd down, a critical 4th down. They didn't take a lot of time. They thought they would just kind of move up to the ball in a surprise fashion and just keep things moving, kind of momentum situation. Yep. But they probably might have regret maybe not taking a little more time on that 4th down call, but they decided to take it right here. Make sure they got the right call. Make sure they feel really good about what they got. They don't want to sit. They don't want to have a 4th and long in this situation right here.
Right, because
they want to get some big yardage here. They don't mind a 4th down and short, but 4th and 10 would not be a good situation.
Yeah, the field position they got right now is due to a 15-yard punt by Yorkville on their last set of downs and rolled out of bounds at about the 35. So we really haven't gained anything. So that stays at a 3rd and 10 for the Leafs. Need to get into the 25-yard line to get a 1st down. Double wing set this time for the Leafs. DeCaps is near side, number 23, the senior. Sends Webster in
Look,
motion.
behind it.
And he gets decked from the backside. Good call, Bob. You saw it coming.
He couldn't hear me, though.
Nope. Nobody there to help block that backside, and Schneider goes down hard.
Barron on the quarterback sack.
Got blindsided on that one, and so it's going to be 4th and really long, so they're going to kick this one away. First punt for the Leafs. So they have moved the ball. They didn't move the ball in this possession, but the 2 previous possessions moved the ball and have nothing to show for it. 0-0, here we go into after a quarter and a half.
Geneseo back in a punt formation. Nice snap.
Oh, Shank.
Oh, Shank went off the side of his foot.
Wow.
And the kick that time was number 25, Mitch Miller. And they're going to mark that ball at the 35-yard line.
So they're going to get that right back at the original line of scrimmage.
Just traded things off there. So it's 1st and 10 for Yorkville, going from the south to the north here at Bob Reed Field. No score on the board. There's some problems with the scoreboard right there. Now no score on the board.
The Foxes have not been successful moving the ball with a line surge, trying to power the ball through. So at some point in time, and it may be soon, they might try something different.
Wide left, wide right they go. Man-to-man coverage. Yorkville Foxes, I-backs in the backfield. Gives the ball back deep, tackled there by Rowley, it looks like. After a gain of about 3, maybe 4, let's go 3 yards on the carry.
O'Brien, the ball carrier.
O'Brien with the carry.
Once again, the guys in the middle, we got Greg Strawhacker, Panacucci, and I think Billier has been in at that other tackle position most of the day.
Wide left, wide right. 2nd and 6. Nice quick slant pattern. Incompleted. The ball's fumbled. Geneseo recovers the ball. They're going to call him down, though, at the 49-yard line. As soon as he got hit, the ball came out. But they're going to call it down. First down for Yorkville.
Yeah, that's a correct call. As we watch the replay, ground can't cause a fumble, and it did hit the ground.
So first,
jarred loose when he hit the ground.
1st and 10 from the Yorkville 49-yard line. 1st and 10, wide left, wide right goes Yorkville Foxes. Geneseo walks up tight.
It was Dalton Johnson on the coverage and on the tackle on that. We didn't get a chance to give him the credit.
Running back with the ball up the middle. Gets nice yardage that time. Didn't quite pick up the first down. Tackled there by...
That's Billier on the tackle, but he picked up some good yardage.
Just a deep handoff and let him pick his own hole.
Second down.
Bring up 2nd down for the Foxes. Geneseo into Geneseo territory, down to the 44-yard line. 2nd and about 3.
So after 2 really nice defensive stops in the first 2 possessions, Foxes now, by the Maple Leafs, the Foxes now driving the ball.
Wide left, wide right go the Foxes. 2nd and short. Gives the ball up the middle. Second man through gets the ball.
That's trouble.
On the tackle is Johnson out at the 34-yard line.
Very nice play by Dalton Johnson. There was a blocker on him. He shed the blocker, made the tackle, and had he not,
he'd been gone.
This 0-0 score might not be 0-0.
1st and 10 for Yorkville at the Geneseo.
We have no score with only 4 minutes left here in the second quarter, but the Yorkville Foxes on the move.
Yorkville with 2 timeouts left. Geneseo with 1 timeout. They go wide left, wide right. They've had some success spreading our defense out a little bit. I-backs in the backfield. Foxes in the red pants, white. Nice tackle in the backfield that time, and no gain on the play. That's Daniels with the initial contact.
Daniels had him by the feet.
O'Brien, the ball carrier.
Just a bunch of other guys got to finish him off.
Strawhacker checks out. Johnson checks in. It's called 2nd and 11. Ball's on the 34-yard line of Geneseo.
I think
Clock's on the move with 3:30 left.
What they did on that move is put Tyler Craig at the linebacker spot and put Johnson up at the nose.
I-back in the backfield. Yorkville in the red helmets, red pants.
Look out, look out.
Oh, almost intercepted that time by Reschke on the far side. Just a quick slant pattern.
Reschke on the pass defense.
Just about had it.
He did. He just about had a beat on that ball and just couldn't wrestle it in. Did get hit by the offensive player, sort of playing defense. In fact. Three minutes and 18 seconds here to go in the half.
3rd and 10 from the 34-yard line of Geneseo. Yorkville with the ball. Looks like we're going to try to stunt in the middle with the linebackers a little bit. Trying to go sweep play outside.
Oh, cuts up.
Be close to the first down. Not quite. Going to be short of the first down by about a yard, it looks like. Craig on the tackle there. Along with number 56 for the Leafs would be Panacucci.
I think that was Daniels over there, probably turned him in.
Alexander on the tackle.
Alexander on the tackle, but picked up a significant amount of yardage to the point where they have a pretty a short and a 4th and 2, short yardage situation.
Ball sits just outside the 25-yard line. They need to have a full yard here at least to get a first down, maybe 2. They got a full house backfield, backfield. Long count.
Come hard.
Geneseo jumps off sides. So you wonder when you saw that formation completely different than what we'd seen all game. They came up and just drew us off sides by a long count.
Dead ball. Encroachment on defense. First down.
So it moves the ball down to about the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Foxes. 2:31 left in this first half. Geneseo, no score on the board.
Well, the green team has had the ball in this position twice and has nothing to show for it. Let's see if we can get the Foxes to do the same. It's going to take.
Foxes have 2 timeouts. Long count once again. There's the ball to running back.
Oh,
he
nice.
Stops short.
Rolly.
Buttoned him up pretty good.
Rolly come up and did.
O'Brien, the ball carrier.
Picked up about 2 in the play.
Hit him head on. I believe number 16 in green is imprinted on his jersey now.
So clock's on the move. We're inside 2 minutes left here in the first half. No score on the board as Yorkville bringing the ball down the field.
That was Neil O'Brien on the carry.
Wide left, wide right. They got an backfield. Gives the ball down.
O'Brien again.
O'Brien with the carry. O'Brien was their leading ground gainer in the year with 633 yards. And they're going to be down to about a 3rd and 5.
The tackle, O'Brien, the ball carrier.
That's a lot of yardage for 3-0 for 3 games.
Yes, it is.
3rd and 5. It's time to stiffen up.
The big play right here with 1 minute left in this first half. No score on the board.
Time to stiffen up.
And fullback number 45, the big fella back there, Scott.
Oh.
Must be
Timeout, White.
Timeout by Yorkville.
Sometimes
with 54 seconds left here in the first half.
Sometimes you come up the line of scrimmage, just not comfortable with what you got, or maybe you don't like what you see. Sometimes it's wise to take that time out here. This is a pretty critical series because whatever happens here is going to have a lot to say about what kind of momentum goes into halftime. And what momentum carries into halftime often has a lot to do with how we start the 3rd quarter.
So Yorkville uses their first timeout of their allotted 3 for the first half. Geneseo has 1 timeout remaining.
Coach Mackey has an opportunity to really make sure his guys are in tune with what they want to do, and Coach Johnson comes in, throws a couple words in. It's like
sophomores victorious this evening in the preliminary game, 27-7.
Coach Harrington over there slapping some helmets, firing guys up. Ready to go.
Geneseo returns to field of play. Their backs against the wall right here, and it's late in the first half. No score on the board. Geneseo moved the ball, but just can't put the ball in the end zone here in this first half. Yorkville, this is the first time they've shown any life as this possession. Move the ball down now to the 15-yard line of Geneseo. 3rd and 4.
Please reset the timeouts with 2 for each team. 2 timeouts for each team on the board, please.
The official wants 2 timeouts for each team on the board.
Here we go, back to play.
Doesn't want the board to be wrong.
Wide receiver, right side. Long count.
That's long.
Incomplete in the corner of the end zone. Looks like it was probably Zach Alexander on the, no, it was Nathan Reschke on the coverage.
And J.J. Rivera also.
Stride for stride with him.
4th down.
4th down and 5 from the 15-yard line is what the Foxes will face when they break their huddle.
Ball wasn't poorly thrown.
No.
Just a little over his head, beyond the fingertips.
And Reschke was right there with him.
In that spot where it really couldn't be, if anybody catches it, it's going to be the offensive player. Really not an interceptable ball.
So it looks like they will go for the field goal attempt here. Will Yorkville. The tee will be set on the 23-yard line. So it'll be a 33-yard field goal attempt. High snap.
Nope. It's a fake.
It's a fake.
Defended, but he's going to have a first down.
He ran on the right side. He's going to get the first down. No touchdown, but he did the first down. Nice play ran by Yorkville that time. Knocked out of bounds on the far side, inside the 10-yard line at about the 7, it looks like. Clock's on the move with 42 seconds left. Now it moves, and they're just now getting some of their personnel on the field, does Yorkville. Wide receiver goes out wide left side. Dalton Johnson on the coverage there. Reschke top the screen on the coverage and the wide receiver there. High backs in the backfield. 24 is going to take it to pay dirt. Touchdown, Yorkville.
Touchdown number 24, O'Brien.
Set up by the fake field goal attempt. An excellent call. Whether you're watching for that or not, that's just an excellent call.
Yep. And well executed.
Well executed, tough play to defend. Next play. Walked in here by our best friend Neil O'Brien. 633 yards coming into the game, and he's picking up a few today.
He's not a big, he's 5'11", 175. And the PAT attempt was good.
Point after touchdown is good.
To make it 7-0 with 23 seconds left here in this first half.
Tough way to end the half for the Leafs.
Yep.
They're going to have to regroup here at halftime, barring some incredible kickoff return here.
That's a
Go ahead.
13 plays, 64 yards. He didn't have 5 minutes and 32 seconds of this second quarter, capped off by an 8-yard touchdown run by O'Brien. PAT was good to make it 7-0 here at Bob Reed Field here in Geneseo with 23 seconds left in this first half.
First two possessions by Yorkville resulted in basically nothing. Third possession was well executed. A nice sustained drive. First two possessions by Geneseo were well executed, but nothing to show for it. So going to have an opportunity here at halftime to regroup, come out and see what they can do to fire this thing up and turn it around. Or maybe
we've done things well.
Or maybe we'll just get a kickoff return here and turn it around quicker.
I'm all for that. Here we go. 23 seconds left on the clock here in this first half. Yorkville up by the score 7-0. Going to do a little wobbler down the field. Picked up over there on the far side by Mitchell. Mitchell still on his feet and bits it back out to the 37-yard line. I believe that was Derek Mitchell on the return.
That was Mitchell. Leafs have 16.5 seconds left to go. And we'll see if Coach Johnson wants to be content with a one-score deficit or if he's going to try to pick up a big gainer here.
So Schneider makes his way to the huddle for the Maple Leafs. Number 5, the sophomore.
It looked like he was giving him a play to make some yardage.
Yep. DeCap's going to go out wide to the left side for the Green Machine. Count's going to give the ball to Mitchell. Got a little seam. Mitchell's going to be fighting for the yards out towards the 45, 46-yard line with 9 seconds left. Geneseo will stop the clock right there.
Timeout. Timeout by Coach Johnson, 9.4.
So that's Geneseo's final timeout here in this first half. There's only 9 seconds left in the first half. Geneseo's down by the score 7-0.
Timeout, Geneseo.
We could talk this one over and see what they think might work.
You know, we've moved the ball pretty good down the field and get 30 yards, 40 yards, but then we just kind of stall out and not been able to put anything on the board to show anything for our efforts.
One big play by Yorkville or one miscue by the Maple Leafs, and it seems to stall the drive. Just haven't been able to get that ball in the end zone. got 9.4 seconds to do it here in this half. Otherwise, it's going to be a 7-0 halftime score in favor of the Foxes.
I believe the second half
no
will be kicking
surprise
off in the second half, I believe.
No surprise here at all. You know, we knew this was going to be a tougher game this year.
Right.
They come in at 3-0 and you know, some pretty nice credentials.
All right, 9 seconds left on the clock. 2 receivers out wide this right side. Going to give the ball to Mitchell. Mitchell finds a little bit of seam still on his feet. Mitchell going to pick up nice yardage. Geneseo's going to call a timeout, but I believe
they're going to get
Mitchell takes the ball all the way down to the 41-yard line of Yorkville.
Hopefully this is doing more than just padding the stats here. Maybe we pick up some yardage.
Timeout for the green team.
I thought maybe that was going to be the last play, but there is only one play left here at 1.6 seconds left. No matter what happens, there's one play left here in the half.
Well, Derek Mitchell did a nice job that time running the ball, as he always does. He moves the ball into Yorkville territory at the 41-yard line. See what we can draw up here and get something going maybe. With 1.6 seconds left in the first half. 7-0, Yorkville on top.
Maybe we'll just come out in a shotgun and about 5 wide.
Something we haven't seen.
Yeah, send everybody deep.
I mean, never seen.
Well, I'm shocked.
DeKalb going to go out wide to this right side. In front of us is the hash mark on this near side. Mitchell lines up on that same side, along with Mitch Miller at the wing back. Snyder under center. Going to sprint out action near side. Stover just overthrows Mitchell down at the 25-yard line. That'll do it for the first half. So after one half of play here from Geneseo, the score is Yorkville 7, Geneseo 0.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Studio G Salon and Spa, Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Geneseo Telephone Company, Phoenix Interiors, Central Bank, Holland & Sons Equipment, Durian Builders, Turpins of Geneseo, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, Northside Rexall Drug, Protec Auto Body, Crow Ford, Stackhouse Moore Funeral Services, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
seem like Christmas without the whole family here. I wonder what Dad would say to us if he could talk to us right now. Afghanistan. I would like to tell my wife Jennifer and my children Zach and Haley that I love them and miss them every day. I will be home soon. I would also like to thank my friends back home. Your kind words and packages mean a lot to all of us far from home. Thank you. Hello, Geneseo. This is Lieutenant Colonel Gary Bush in Canada, Afghanistan. I want to thank my family and friends for their thoughts and prayers during this year. To my wife Terry and children Amber and Daniel, I miss you all so very much and truly appreciate each of your sacrifices and support this deployment. You were the first and last that I reached out to you.
Have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance. And so, my fellow Americans, creating a new endeavor. Not a new balance of power, but a new world of law, where the strong are just, and the weak secure, and the peace preserved.
Well, welcome back to Green Machine Football. I'm John Rowley along with Bob Pettit, bringing you all this action here of Northern Illinois Big 12 football. Geneseo Maple Leafs down by the score of 7-0 here as we get ready to start this second half of play. And they will kick off the ball to start the play here from Bob Breed Field in Geneseo. Geneseo in the green jerseys, yellow pants, yellow helmets, and Yorkville in the red pants and red helmets.
Someday I'll get used to how Keith fades us in and out here
There
too
we go.
with that transition. Just haven't got it down.
Sawyer Claus with a kick. Nice kick. Going to come down at the 10-yard line. Going to bring it back up right at the center. Still on his feet.
Get him.
One guy to beat. He's going to be brought down at the 40-yard line. 45 or 43-yard line, I guess it was, as he broke out into the open and brought down there by the last line of defense for the Maple Leafs.
Not only does Yorkville open the second half with the football, they open up with the momentum of a 7-0 lead and a momentum of a nice kickoff return. Got good field position here at the 43-yard line, so Maple Leafs are going to have to really stiffen up here. They're going to have to light that fire soon. They don't want to get themselves in a hole here.
Nose guard, the defense, Strawhacker in the middle. 1st and 10 for Yorkville at their own 44-yard line. Quarterback then give it back deep in the eye at the backfield. 55 in the tackle there for the Leafs. Tyler Craig.
Daniels at the bottom of the pile and Rowley at the bottom of the pile.
So they pick up 4 yards, call it 2nd and 6. Ball sits at the 46, 47-yard line of Yorkville. Got to make some plays here in this second half to get back in it. Wide left, wide right goes Yorkville to have an eye backfield. Looks like the right side is lined up off sides, but no call. Gives the ball inside.
Nice hit. Oh, he bounces off it.
And still brought down after a gain of about 3. On the carry that time was number 45.
I'm not positive who made that initial contact.
Reschke and Rowley on the tackle.
They're going to give Reschke and Rowley the tackle.
Yep.
I think it was Behrens that made initial contact. Looked like he sent him backwards, but he rolled off that, picked up another 3 yards. So 3 or 4 yards of the crack, and Yorkville is going to be tough to stop.
Just underway here in the second half. Yorkville up by the score of 7-0. Wide left, wide right. Geneseo on the defense in the green jerseys. Stand up end is Rivera, as we see. Gives the ball right up the middle. Gets stuffed up.
No.
He bounces out of the pile and gets the first down. We had him wrapped up and stacked up at the 50, but he bounces outside and picks up the first down at the 45-yard line of Geneseo.
The whole line of scrimmage stuffed that one up, shoved the offensive line into the backfield, did a nice job, but we just didn't have containment on the ends. He popped out around this right end over here, just didn't have it contained for some reason, and he picked up first down.
Strawhacker in the middle for the defense. He's flanked by Huffman, number 70, and Panacucci, number 56. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of Geneseo. Long count. Going to give the ball right up the middle. Got him wrapped up. He still tried to squirt out of there. Panacucci finishes him off, it looks like, after a pickup of 2.
Strawhacker comes out of the bottom of the pile. Panda's in there. Tyler Craig back taking the defensive signals from Coach Mackey.
2nd and 7, we'll call it. Just underway here in the second half. Dalton Johnson comes out wide to the right side and played defense.
Got Strawhacker. We got, looks like Johnson.
Alexander's out there at a corner safety position. Man comes in motion. Quarterback's going to keep the ball, looks to roll out. They turn him inside. Nice stick that time by Strawhacker.
Ran into Straw on that one.
Yep.
Strawhacker on the tackle.
Ouch.
Let's get some things fired up out there, guys. Rivera made the play there to turn the ball in.
3rd down.
Nice play by JJ to turn him right into Greg, and Greg finishes him off. Brings up a 3rd and 7.
It's about 3rd and 9.
They haven't changed the line.
Took a loss on the play.
Hadn't changed the scoreboard yet.
Once again, nice job of turning that thing inside, and nothing left but the big boys. Billier in there in the middle, Strawhacker in the middle, Panacucci.
Geneseo's defense Jumps around, they drop back the pass. Flag's being thrown, ball's in the air. And it goes through Geneseo's hands and into the Yorkville receiver. Scores a touchdown, but there's a flag on the play.
That went through Reschke's hands.
Flag on the play.
Into the receiver's hands, and the officials are talking about whether this is going to be good or come back.
I think it's going to come back.
They're having a long
discussion.
They're having a long discussion about it.
But we have the field mic.
We're going to get explained to us right now.
Illegal shift on the offense.
It's going to be an illegal shift on the offense, and that is a huge break for the Leafs. Otherwise, this ball game was going to be double score deficit.
Reschke made a nice play in the ball, just a little bit higher than what he could jump and get his hands enough to deflect it. Just went right through his hands to the receiver's hand, and he scored.
It actually looked like a pick, and it just kind of skipped off his hands. And the receiver caught it in full stride. It was just like he knew it was going to be there. But all for naught. It's all over. Third and 14.
Up they come. Geneseo's defense matching up with him. Panacucci up front. Long with Strawhacker. JJ walks up tight now.
Coming hard.
And going to stop him back at the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 4th and 10.
Craig in on that tackle. Hog-tied him down.
Craig on the tackle for Geneseo.
Caleb Billier in the mix there also. So they will come on with a punt team. Geneseo will drop back.
It is on Geneseo's 45-yard line, and they have
Zach Alexander back deep.
They have some tricky stuff up their sleeve. You want to make sure you stay home and watch this one get kicked.
Alexander goes back to his own 15-yard line. High snap, fielded well.
It is in fact punted.
And catches it at the 15-yard line, does Alexander.
Bobbled just a little bit, but he maintained it. So it's a long field for the Leafs, but at least the score is still 7-0.
7-0 with 7:53 left in this third quarter. Plenty of time. Both teams with their 3 timeouts remaining. They'll set the ball on the 15, 1st and 10 for the Leafs. They'll go from the north to the south here in their green jerseys, yellow pants, black shoes.
Should have most of the usual guys in there. I see Johnson and Luxmore on this side, Seth Daniels in the middle.
DeCap goes out wide to left side of the offense. Can't go sweep play. It carries Mitchell, gets back to the line of scrimmage and gets stuck right there. Got to get some push up front, fellas.
Burton and Huffman on the far side. J.J. Rivera and Drew DeCap at the ends.
7-0, 7:35 left in the third period.
Snyder, the quarterback, comes over to get a direct call on the play from Coach Johnson.
2nd down.
They break the huddle. Let's call it 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Leafs at their own 16.
Whoa.
Nothing going that time off the left side.
Was looking for a flag. He yanked back. It looked like there might have been a face mask or a horse collar or something in there because his head yanked back. But it's going to be a clean slate, no laundry out there, and 3rd and 10.
Coaster checks in, number 27, 3rd and 10.
Coaster's got the magic 3rd and 10 play. Mitch Miller was in the ball game, checks out.
Now we got too many guys in motion at the same time. DeCap took in motion at the same time the wing back on the far side. Coaster went in motion. It'll march off 5 against the Leafs.
That's not going to work. got the field.
Dead ball.
Got the field official trying to figure out how to work the microphone. He's got it now, and he wasn't very clear, but it was a dead ball. Motion penalty marched off against the Leafs, as John just described, so it's going to be 3rd and 15. So now we have to change plays because the 3rd and 10 play won't work anymore.
Rivera sets tight to the right side, wing back same side as Mitchell. Out wide is Coaster. Gives the ball up the middle on the counter play, gets 5 yards of it back to the 15. Bring up 4th down for the Leafs.
Mitchell, the ball
I'm sure the Yorkville Foxes were glad to give him that 5 yards and receive this punt here. Maple Leafs bring the punt team on the field and did not move the ball in that possession.
Nope.
It's ended up 4th and 11, so they actually had a net loss of 1 yard. Going to kick this ball away and hopefully get a nice kickoff here. The Foxes are going to get the ball in excellent field position. They're going to get in good field position no matter what happens.
Mitch Miller do the punting. Nice snap. Much better kick that time.
There you go.
Going to bounce at the 45 and going to roll right out of bounds right there at the 44-yard line. So nice kick that time by Miller.
Had a lot of leg on that thing, but it had a little backspin. A good bounce on that would have really, really been a nice situation for the Leafs. But at least that ball now is in Yorkville territory, even though it is about the 44-yard line.
Time for the defensive stop, defensive turnover maybe. 1st and 10 for the Foxes from their own 44-yard line. Up by the score 7-0 with 5:45 left in the ball game.
Going to have to make something happen. You surely don't want to sit around and wait for it to happen.
Gillette makes his way to the huddle and breaks them out. They've gone 2 wide.
Get up that line with some energy.
2 wide and 2 backs all night on the eye backs. Second man through is going to get the carry. Strawhacker gobbles him up after a gain of 1.
Got some help by Craig and looks like Panda down the bottom of the pile. Cameron Panacucci down there had him low.
O'Brien, the ball carrier.
Craig and Strawhacker had him high. He picked up 2.
Call it 2nd and 8 for Yorkville. Crossback action. Oh, he slips through the front line, brought down short of the first down by Strawhacker. That's Strawhacker, or no, that's Billier had the tackle that time.
I think it was Strawhacker. You had him you had it right the first time. Yeah. And
3rd down.
3rd and 4.
That was a strange place for him to make a tackle, though, that far in the backfield. So we've got to get that line surge.
Just a little crossbuck action.
Meet him at the line of scrimmage.
It was 3rd and 4 from the 49-yard line of Geneseo. An incomplete pass. It was just a quick slant pattern. I couldn't tell if he caught it or not.
It looked like it was in his hands.
Raschke on the coverage.
But Raschke came up, hit him. Good timing on the play, on the defense. And it's going to be 4th and about 3. They're bringing in a punt crew here. It's right at midfield.
Yep.
But within about a foot. They're bringing in a punt crew, but I wouldn't trust them. Stay home, boys.
Wide left, wide right they go. In punt formation, does appear to be a punter back deep. Stands back at his 37-yard line. Ooh, a little high snap. Fielded. Geneseo has nobody back. And the ball does take a good bounce for Geneseo as it bounces dead at the 22-yard line rather than rolling forward. So Geneseo's offense comes back on the field. It's down by the score 7-0 with plenty of time left in this ball game. 4:25 left in the 3rd. They'll go 1st and 10 from their own 22.
That was a lot like the Mitch Miller punt we saw just out of Geneseo a short time ago. Had a lot of leg on it, but it had a lot of backspin.
So we'll break them up, and Daniels brings him up to the line of scrimmage and sets himself over the ball.
This second half has had 3 possessions, been a dead heat. Nobody really doing much right now.
Geneseo drop back to pass. Gets the ball out to DeCap. Nice catch that time by DeCap. Still on his feet. DeCap will get 5-7 yards maybe on the reception.
He was on his feet. He just wasn't going anywhere. There was a whole bunch of white jerseys around him, and they were just dancing.
Yep.
Nobody hitting him. DeCap just trying to get free.
So that's a nice pickup there of 7 yards on first down for the Leafs. Moves the ball out to the 30-yard line, or 29-yard line. 2nd and 2 or 3, we'll call it. DeCap has been very, very solid all year in that receiver's position.
Nice variety of play call for Coach Johnson. They surely weren't expecting that.
T-back backfield behind Schneider, the quarterback. Got a little bit of a convoy in front of him. Mitchell finds a seam. First down, Leafs. We're running with some authority that time.
I think that was Coaster actually.
Was it Coaster? Okay.
Yeah, Coaster had the ball 27 and 29, and then.
Yep.
They both weigh about 280 pounds. It's pretty hard to tell them apart.
1st and 10 for the Leafs.
Mitch Miller checks into the backfield now. He'll line up at the left side of the formation. At the 2-back position. Burst was the carry. Burst breaks free. Burst over the 40 with the foot race. 30, 20. Burst is going to go inside the 10, inside 5, Touchdown, Burris, 65 yards, touchdown run by Burris. He runs in the pile, bounces off of it, and goes the rest of the way by himself, untouched. Be the 5th call to the Roma's Pizza every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only. Must be redeemed within 1 week. 944-6171. That's what we needed right there, wasn't it, Bob?
Need the spark. You know, that's what you got to have somewhere along the line. Get that break loose. And he had a nice lead.
Yep.
But it was a foot race because they were closing on him. That's a fullback, you know.
So Claus comes on to try the PAT, I believe, number 2.
And this is important PAT.
That's good. By Claus. Sawyer Claus, number 2, comes on and does the PAT kick and make the score 7-7. Now we're in a ball game with 3:11 left in this 3rd period.
That was a critical extra point because you don't know how many scores you're going to get in this ball game.
Yep.
Again, last year it was kind of a track race up and down the field. This year's been a grind them out ball control game. 3 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Maple Leafs finally get the 0 off the board.
3 plays, 78 yards, capped off by a 65-yard touchdown run by Grant Burris. Claus, the kick was good to make the score 7-7 here. As you said, Bob, with 3:11 left in this 3rd quarter.
A lot of times you wait, you're curious about how the stamina factor is going to be, the conditioning,
yep,
and so forth. Yorkville came from behind at Ottawa last week. 2 touchdowns down late in the 4th quarter and came back and won that ball game in overtime. So stamina apparently is not necessarily a negative for them.
Claus has it teed up now, kicking towards the south. High kick, fair catch made by Yorkville at the 28-yard line, we'll call it.
I'm surprised he knew what the fair catch signal was.
Yes. You know, I thought he was going to make the fair catch signal and then take off running with it, too.
He doesn't get that opportunity very often.
Here comes the Geneseo defense on the field.
28-yard line, 1st and 10 for the
Started at the 28-yard line.
7-7 score on the scoreboard. 3:07 left in the 3rd quarter. Ball sits on the 28-yard line.
With the exception of 1 drive today, the Leaf defense has been stellar. They need a big stop right here. Keep that momentum. If they don't get this stop, you know, that momentum switches. They've got it now. They got to keep it.
Wingback sets himself on the right side of the formation for Yorkville, which you haven't seen yet. 1 back in the backfield. Wide left, wide right's the formation for the receivers. Gives the ball to back deep in the tandem. Nice tackle that time by Geneseo's defense.
Boom.
See a little life going on out there now. Panacucci on the bottom of the pile.
Panacucci in there. Seems like straw hack. That's the kind of line surge we talk about.
Yep.
We had 3 linemen and a backer in their backfield. That's what you need to have.
So no gain in the play. We'll call it 2nd and 10. Yorkville with the ball. Their own 28-yard line. Wide left, wide right. High backfield.
Look out. Nice.
Maybe short. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Dalton Johnson on the coverage.
Dalton Johnson made a nice play. Again, he was out there alone. Had a little bit of a buffer. So the catch was not in question, but the running room was in question. Dalton Johnson made a solo tackle out there. Otherwise, there's a lot of green grass out there in front of him.
3rd and about a foot right here in front of us. Geneseo stands here on the near sides calling for defense. Wide left, wide right they go, does Yorkville. Linebacker starting to walk up. Oh, it stopped right there. Tyler Craig made the play tonight right there. That's what we like to see right there. They're having some fun playing football now. Nice stop.
Tyler Craig split that gap and hit him head on as he received the ball and hit him hard. You could hear the pads crunch.
4th down.
4th down, they're going to bring the punt team on, but that doesn't mean a thing to us because we know they have a fake in their
it's too early in the ball game. They surely wouldn't want to give the ball up this deep into their own territory, but you do want to stay home and make sure that they don't do anything crazy. What a play by Tyler Craig.
Yes.
Way to go, Fudge.
Nice snap. They'll just let the ball hit the ground and roll out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, 39-yard line. Geneseo's offense comes back on the field with
3rd and a foot, and Tyler Craig splits the gap on a stunt and busts the running back's chops.
Some life out there now, isn't there? A little jump in their step now. One big play. Keep capitalizing on it.
We talked about how important it was to keep that momentum that you get by after you make that score. Keep that momentum with the stop. And Tyler Craig provided that. The defense put the big stop on there. 3 and out.
3 backs right lined up straight across behind Schneider, the quarterback. Nice carry that time by Mitchell, I believe. Derek, I think, had the carry that time.
That was Mitchell.
Looking
for a little bit of a hole.
Not a good mark, though. From my perspective, of course.
They just don't give a lot of forward progress, these guys. They
mark it at your belly button every time.
They got to watch where the ball is when the knee hits.
Okay, 2nd and 8 for the Leafs, just inside 30 seconds left in this third quarter. And a sweep play, got some blockers out front.
Oh, that's Miller.
Miller's still on his feet, going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Leafs.
Shed a couple of tacklers, but he just could not bust that. They started flying to the ball, and it was a horde. Brought him down. So we're going to end the third quarter in a positive note.
3rd down.
Maple Leafs will just let the clock run out here as we finish up this, as you said, the third quarter. So at end of 3 quarters of play here from Bob Reed Field in Geneseo, the score is Yorkville 7, Geneseo 7.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Studio G Salon and Spa, Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Geneseo Telephone Company, Phoenix Interiors, Central Bank, Holland & Sons Equipment, Durian Builders, Turpins of Geneseo, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, Northside Rexall Drug, Protec Auto Body, Crow Ford, Stackhouse Moore Funeral Services, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
Welcome back as we get set to start this fourth quarter of action here from the Geneseo Bob Reed Field as Maple Leafs have played with a little more intensity and excitement here in the third quarter of this football game from what we've seen in the first half as they have a little fun out there and getting their groove on a little bit.
They needed a spark. It took a little while to get that thing going, but when they got that score, they got that break of
Burris
bouncing off of the line of scrimmage and get it just out of nowhere. You know, that full open field in front of him. You know, it's just the crowd went crazy and the players went crazy, and it's not died down.
That guy's lined up offside, isn't he?
Now he back.
3rd and long for the Leafs.
No, that's bad.
Ball was pitched behind Mitchell, couldn't field it. And Yorkville will take over 1st and 10 at their Geneseo 38-yard line.
Could not come up with that ball, and the Fox player just devoured it up. And this is the break that they're looking for.
Yep.
That is the one thing, obviously, you don't want to have is when you do have that momentum, something like this to turn it on you. Now you're going to find out what you got inside here. See if you can get it back.
Time for Green Machine step up here.
Got to step up.
Geneseo 38-yard line.
Wide left, wide right, going towards the south end zone. Drop back the pass. Looking to throw the ball deep. And caught. After a bobble, he caught the ball at the 1-yard line. The ball was deflected by Johnson.
Johnson went all over him. Dalton Johnson, I thought knocked the ball away, but he somehow came up with that ball.
Hit the receiver in the hand, it bounced up, and he still caught it.
He got the ball at the 1-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal.
Knudsen on the reception.
1st and goal.
Clay takes the ball to the Geneseo 2-yard line. 1st and goal for the Foxes.
Yeah, it's defense.
Look at the replay. I believe Dalton Johnson did get a hand on it, but it's an outstanding play by the Fox receiver.
1st and goal from the 1.
Somebody jumped.
I think our linebackers were trying to shoot the gap and
get it in
got in a little early.
See who jumped. Wasn't a very long discussion.
Encroachment on defense, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So they move it half the distance to the goal line.
Leafs with their back up against the wall here.
That'll be tough here. 7-7 with 11 minutes left in the ball game.
It's been quite a ball game.
Once again, the linebackers step up tight. Quarterback sneak.
Looks like
touchdown, Yorkville.
Looks like the pile surged forward just enough to fall over the line. And Yorkville takes the lead, 13-7.
Hey, we got to come back and keep playing. The game's not over. A lot of ball game left. There's 11:01 left on the clock. Yorkville puts 6 on the board. 13-7 is the score.
You halfway expected them to come back and try to get a big strike of some sort as they grasp that momentum on the fumble recovery, and they just made a great big play, huge play.
Kicks up and good to make the score 14-7. Yorkville.
That's a lot of leg on that kicker.
Yes.
11:01 left to go.
If it comes down to a field goal at the end of the game, he's got a lot of foot. 11 minutes left to go here in the half, so the quarter. There's plenty of time for the Leafs to come back, but they are going to have to get a drive here.
See if they'll kick the ball off deep.
See if that Rowley kid can get a return here. Matt Rowley received the opening kickoff of the ball game, got a nice head of steam, and brought it up to about the 40-yard line. I'd settle for that. I'd settle for that again.
Yep. Yorkville 14, Maple Leaf 7. 11:01 left in the ball game here from Bob Reed Field. Geneseo showed a little bit of life, but a big play by Yorkville as ball bobbled and caught by the receiver at the 1-yard line. Kind of took a little wind out of the sail, but we got to get that back right here.
See these Leaf blockers here going to assemble back here, see if they can create a seam. Don't take anything for granted. Be ready for the squib. Be ready for anything here. Yep, it's a squib.
So it was a squib off somebody's leg, but we did recover it at the 30 or at the 29-yard line.
That's going to be David Behrens, I believe. I think it was off of his leg. He picked it up, tried to run with it, just didn't get too far, but not bad field position, about the 29-yard line.
Up we come, tight formation. Burrs in the backfield along with Miller and Mitchell. Gives the ball. That time Snyder keeps the ball, gets 5 yards on the carry, moves it out to the 35-yard line.
Snyder, the ball carrier. Scott on the tackle.
Mitch Miller, who did not play much in the first half, was injured last week, I believe a shoulder injury.
Right.
Is getting a lot of playing time here in the second half. Just as I mentioned, he checks out of the game with Coaster coming in.
Coaster bringing the play into Snyder, the sophomore quarterback, number 5. Burton, this time. Huffman lines up on the right side, overloads the right side of the line of scrimmage. Yorkville's got a lot of players matching up with him. That time, Derek Mitchell with the carry. Gets it out over the 35, 37, maybe 38-yard line. Maybe they'll call it third and about 2 for the Leafs.
Coaster, the ball carrier.
Excuse me, Coaster, okay. On the carry.
I thought it was Mitchell also.
Third down.
But the Harvey Green on the PA system surely wouldn't make a mistake.
No, that wouldn't happen.
No. 3rd and 2. He's got about 5 spotters over there, so we'll go with it.
Big game, big play right here. Wing back right side for the Leafs. Snyder keeps the ball.
That had to be a missed handoff.
So it brings up a 4th down for the Leafs.
A little confusion in the backfield on that. It's going to be 4th. And about the long 2 or 3, Coach Johnson trying to decide what to do here. confers with Coach Mackey, and he's going to kick it away. It's still a lot of time left in the game, so need to play it safe here. Trust your defense. Get a hold. Defense is going to be on the spot here because they're going to have to get a stop.
Punt formation for the Leafs. 8:55 left. Another off the side of his foot, but it's going to roll pretty good. It's going to roll inside the 35, down to about the 34-yard line. That's where Yorkville will come out to start this series of downs with 8:45 left on the clock. 14-7.
So
Yorkville on top.
66 yards from the goal. Yorkville gets the football, and the Leafs need to try to get a 3-and-out here. They've done it several times. Certainly can do it again. Not sure what happened on that third down play.
Nope. If you read it that way or just didn't get the handoff to him. So 1st and 10 for Yorkville. Wide receiver comes near side. Rescue on the coverage out here. 2 backs in the backfield. 1st and 10. Gives the second man through. He stopped right at the 40 or 35-yard line. Gain of maybe a yard in the play. Brings up 2nd down for Yorkville Foxes.
A lot of green jerseys. Billy in on that. Barron's in on that one.
O'Brien, the ball carrier.
Strawhacker had to be in on that one, the position it was in.
So we'll call it 2nd and 8 on the 33-yard line of Geneseo, or 34-yard line, or 35-yard line of Geneseo, of Yorkville, excuse me. Wide left, wide right goes the Foxes. 2nd and 8. Second man through is going to get the carry. Still on his feet, picks up Udgard. He's going to get close to the first down. Tackled from behind by Craig.
Tell you, that's O'Brien again, and
O'Brien, the ball carrier.
He has earned that 600 and almost probably 700 yards by now. That was a nice little move to get out past the line of scrimmage, a little dipsy doodle for a first down.
Ball is on the Yorkville 44-yard line.
He does a nice job carrying the football.
He sure does. So they get the first down. Ball's on the 45-yard line of Yorkville. Just the 3-down linemen, the stand-up ends. One back in the backfield, going to give it to him. Picks up a yard, maybe 2 yards on the carry.
Couple guys down low, and that was Strawhacker straight on.
Ball carrier.
Wasn't going very far once he wrapped him up. Got a short 2 on that play.
So called 2nd and 8. Still the ball to the 46-yard line.
Still on the Yorkville side of the field. On the other side of the 50-yard line. Leafs can keep it there for 2 more downs.
Yep.
They'll force a punt.
Wide left, wide right. Little counter action inside. Stops him short of the first down. He's going to be 4 yards short of the first down.
It's going to be Daniels on that tackle over there, but did pick up a few. It's going to be about 6 to go, 3rd and 6. And this is a big play for the Leafs.
Yep.
Because they're right near midfield, and they're still at the position where they're going to force a punt if they can stop them here. Another first down or 2, and then they're going to get 4 downs to get first down.
Here they go. I formation. Gillette, the quarterback. Nobody jumped off sides, didn't get in the neutral zone. Timeout's called by
That's what they wanted. They had
Foxes.
They had a long, hard count.
Timeout.
And if the Leafs didn't jump, they were going to settle for a timeout.
Yep.
And that's what they got.
Geneseo moved but never did enter the neutral zone. So we could pretty good view of it from our angle here.
Good call by the officials. Kudos to those men in the stripes.
So 3rd and 5, we'll call it, for the Foxes. Ball sits right at the 50-yard line.
Coach Mackey discussing it over with his troops, making sure everybody knows what they got going on there. Glenn Anderson out on the field, making sure everybody's got what they need. Student trainers out there, everybody getting involved in the action. Coach Jensen on the headphones trying to figure out what he's going to do when he gets the ball here after one more play and a punt. Coach
Big play. 6:19 left on the clock.
I wish the coaches had numbers out there. I'm sure that's Coach Hofer out there giving some slaps on the back, a little encouragement. Very positive defensive coach.
On the coverage, near side is going to be Reschke. Top of the screen will be Dalton Johnson. 3rd and 4. Ball sits right at the just inside Geneseo territory. Jump formation, sets a tight end tight on this near side. Second man through is going to get the carry. Still on his feet. And gets the first down inside Geneseo territory down to the 48-yard line.
Somebody got a hand on him right at the line of scrimmage, but he broke free, picked up the big gain, and now they are in Geneseo territory, down to about the 38.
First and 10 for the Foxes. We need that defensive turnover. We're still looking for that, aren't we?
Gets tough here, gets tough. It was a turnover that by the Leafs. They caught fire for Yorkville.
Yep.
Picked up their second score.
Wide left, wide right they go to the Foxes. Gives the ball deep in the backfield to the running back. And we stop him, no gain in the play.
They're all there that time. I saw that was Panacucci. Panacucci and Strawhacker had him by the legs, and he was going nowhere.
Murray checks in the game, number 66.
And Billiard takes a little bit of a break.
No gain to play, so it brings up 2nd and 10 for the Foxes.
Raschke over on this side.
Johnson at the top of the screen. Fullback's going to get the ball right in the middle. Nothing going for him. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for Yorkville.
Once again, a horde of green jerseys.
Timeout.
Craig in there, J.J. Rivera.
Timeout, Geneseo.
And Panacucci. One more time, down on the bottom of that pile.
3rd down.
Cameron Panacucci doing a nice job down there. Getting down and rooting in and not letting them get through. So 3rd and a big play coming up here, 3rd and 9. 5 minutes left to go here in the game. The Leafs need the ball back. It's really hard to score without the ball.
Coach Mackey out there with his defensive unit around him. Trying to catch who all we have personnel-wise on the field right now. Brian Johnson, Reschke. A lot of explaining in there, isn't there?
There is. Brian Johnson must have checked back in. Possibly he rotates back from the nose to in linebacker. Strawhacker's in there at the nose, so Johnson's in at the linebacker spot. So he's going to be a wide side linebacker because Tyler Craig's still in the middle.
So here we come.
Barons is still in the middle.
3rd and 9 for Yorkville. 5:04 left in the ball game. Geneseo's down by the score of 14-7. Offset eye in the backfield. Long count. Gives the ball deep in the backfield. 27. Geneseo stops him short of the first down. Gives him about a 5-yard gain, but not enough to get the first down. So it'll bring up a 4th down for Yorkville.
Brian, the ball carrier.
He did pick up with a big chunk of yardage, what they want to do on 3rd to make it 4th and manageable, and that's what they did. So the Foxes got pretty much what they wanted. Obviously, they like a first down, but they got what they wanted. It's 4th and manageable.
Yep.
The Leafs have to stop it here. It's a little less than 5 yards. 4th and a long 4.
Need to get to the 29-yard line to get a first down.
I'll tell you, Mr. O'Brien just doesn't go down easy.
No.
Because he picked up at least 2 or 3 yards again after he was hit, just kind of spun off. It looked like he was down, and he just kept on rolling.
So they let the play clock run down, and they'll took a timeout.
Timeout, Yorkville.
4:16 left. Yorkville with a timeout. 14-7. Geneseo's down to the Foxes here at home.
Got Michael Daniels checked in over on the, I'm sure on the outside linebacker again. Players rotating in and out. It's kind of hard to pick up the Zach Alexander out there, trying to pick up some of the numbers.
4:16 left on the clock here in this ball game. Geneseo's offense just could not get it going here in the second half yet, other than Burris' 65-yard run.
Johnson, Panacucci, J.J. Rivera,
David Behrens,
Craig, Dalton Johnson, Reschke, Alexander out there.
So we'll see what kind of what the break out of the huddle with here for Yorkville. They'll go to punt formation. They'll probably go for it. Defense has to rise now. Right now, 4th down. Quarterback kept the ball.
And he
just about
depends on the spot. They're going to give it to him.
1st down, Yorkville, as they took a quarterback keeper.
Did not contain him. They had everything else stopped, but he took that thing around the end. Looked like he was going out of bounds, but he got just enough to get past the sticks. And it's going to be, with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left to go here, it's going to be tough sledding for the Leafs. They've got to get the football back. And it's on the 26.5-yard line.
Leafs have 2 timeouts in their pocket still. Quarterback keeper. Leafs defense looking for that turnover still.
There's something looking funny up there.
Yeah, everybody in the white shirts were moving at a different time.
There was a little bit of a delayed whistle. It looked like maybe they didn't know what they saw.
Come on, look at the replay.
Dead ball.
Yeah, both ends took off early.
5-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
Official's still trying to get used to that microphone, but you know, for a first shot, he's doing pretty good.
Yep. It's 1st and 15 for Yorkville.
That's a minor break. You need some breaks to get this job done.
Break the huddle, up they come. Geneseo defense matches them up front.
Need a stop.
3 down linemen, stand-up ends. Nobody gets in the neutral zone. Gives the ball up the middle. Gets inside the 30, down to about the 26-yard line.
Tackle. O'Brien, the ball carrier.
It's like Strawhacker on the bottom and Craig on the bottom.
Timeout Geneseo with 3:52 left in the ball game, down by the score of 14-7.
2nd and 11. Stop is doable. They're going to have to really stiffen up right here. You know, the Foxes have really done a nice job of mixing up their play calls. You know, they've really kept us guessing, and sometimes you guess right, and sometimes, you know, if you don't guess right, it causes you a little bit of trouble. It's hard to stop everything they got because they got a lot of things they can bring at you. Wouldn't shock me if they put the ball in the air right here, try to look downfield.
Yep, that wouldn't surprise me at all. 3:52 left.
Officials talking it over, having a good old time, probably deciding where they're going to go for dinner. They usually see the officials at Roma when you go up there.
Usually you're out of town.
I guess they go their own way.
2nd and 10 from the Geneseo's 27-yard line for the Foxes.
That was just a La Roma plug. We haven't had enough touchdowns tonight.
Long count. Going to give it a second man through.
Yep.
Going to be stuck back in the backfield. That time.
That was Craig and Panacucci, I believe.
Timeout by Geneseo. Stop the clock with 3:47 left.
And Behrens was in on that. There was a lot of green jerseys hitting him behind the line of scrimmage.
Sure is. 3rd down now.
Ball carrier. Timeout Geneseo.
With all the diversity of play calls that they've been throwing at us, I was a little bit surprised at that particular play. I thought they might try something.
Yep.
It's 3rd and
surprises
11.
With something, yeah.
Yeah, try to surprise you with something. But 3rd and 11.
Ball sits on the 27-yard line.
I really wouldn't like to see that ball in field goal territory either, because the kicker has got a nice leg.
Yep.
Be nice to stop him right here. 3 minutes and 47 seconds.
Here we go. Schneider's warming his arm up on this near sideline. Quarterback for Geneseo. They got that throwing formation now for Yorkville.
Got him.
Stopped him short. All right, now it's 4th down, 4.
Well, but 4th and 10.
4th and 10.
Johnson in on that play.
If they did set the ball for a field goal, they give him a. Where's the ball? The ball must be right behind Craig.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be 45 yards. They're not going to go there. So it's going to be a 4th and almost 10.
Yep. They're going to use all this clock up.
They're going to use the clock. They're going to talk about it here.
3:15 left in the game as it ticks down. They're really moving some personnel in and out.
And they think. Then they call a timeout. They're going to try to figure out what they're going to do here. They obviously were not in a hurry to send in a play, so they wanted to run that clock, but they also knew they were going to call that timeout to make sure that they did the right thing here on 4th down. This play could decide the game. Very likely.
Ball sits on the.
A stop by the Leafs gives them plenty of opportunity here. Got 3 minutes left to get the ball down the field.
26-yard line.
A first down by Yorkville would be very, very tough to get it back.
3 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Geneseo with no timeouts. Neither team has any timeouts remaining.
Geneseo still trying to find the right combination defensively. Moved a lot of players in and out. You're in the 4th game of the season. Still trying to find the right combinations at crunch time. Currently they have Strawhacker, Panacucci, and Johnson in the middle. Rivera and Daniels on the ends, the outside linebackers.
All right, here we go.
Behrens and Craig on the middle.
4th and 9 for Yorkville. Draw it back to pass. Touchdown, Yorkville. The quarterback looked off to the right side, came back to the left, and the receiver is wide open.
Pass complete to Knudsen.
For the touchdown, 20-7, Yorkville.
A 4th and 10 play. No shock what was coming. Just pattern right down middle of the field. Wide open, hit him in the hands. Excellent execution by Yorkville.
Yep. They'll try to kick the PAT. We jump off sides, no flag on the play. Kick was up and good.
There was a lot of movement, but obviously didn't break that plane, so they still get the kick off, and it is right down the middle, so Maple Leafs have a miracle to pull off here.
21-7 with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Now last week, as I understand it, Yorkville was down by 14 points with about 4 minutes left. Scored a quick touchdown, got a break on a fumble, put the ball back in the end zone, went into overtime, and won it.
We're going to have to have, we'll have to have another miracle here.
We're just going to have to turn the tables on them.
There we go.
They had their turn.
Roley goes back deep, stands at his goal line. As we've seen, the kicker here from Yorkville certainly capable of getting it to the end zone.
We obviously don't have the time to have a sustained drive, so there's going to have to be just a little bit of big play action going on here offensively. Maple Leafs are going to have to figure out. You probably make just a little bit of creative game plan here that you hope you don't have to get into, but we're there. It's time.
Probably go with the onside kick here. I doubt if they try to kick it deep.
Sterling had a 28-0 halftime lead in their ball game, so they're back on track.
He'll approach the ball. Kind of an onside kick. Matthew picks it up. Rowley picks it up on the far side.
That ball was booted and bounced and fumbled and finally picked up by Matt Rowley.
Yep.
And they couldn't have asked for a better situation. Yorkville with a 2-touchdown lead. The ball pinned down inside the 20-yard line, about the 19-yard line.
1st and 10 from the Leafs, for the Leafs from their own 20 or 18-yard line. .255 left on the clock. 21-7 the score. Geneseo's down to the Yorkville Foxes.
Snyder still a quarterback.
One back behind Hensburris.
Lays it out. Oh.
DeCap a little late picking the ball up out of the Schneider's hands.
He was trying to create a little bit of space and just couldn't get to the football. He created the space, just couldn't get to the football.
Yep. Coaster will check in. 2:50 left on the clock.
Positive of an incomplete pass, the clock doesn't run.
There you go.
We need a completion here.
Yep.
Worse yet, we got a sack, a 2-yard loss by Snyder.
Snyder gets forced out of the pocket and dropped down for a loss of a yard and about 2 yards there, it looks like.
3rd and about 12.
Winder on the tackle.
And the clock is running. 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
3rd down and 10 for the Leafs.
Ticking away.
Schneider sprints out right side. Gets the ball out to DeCap. Short of the first down, being 4th and about 4 for the Leafs. Sophomores were victorious tonight, but they scored 27-7.
That was a close ball game right up in midway through the 4th quarter, and the Leafs blew it out. They ended up actually taking a knee down near the goal line. Could have been even worse. But this is it right here.
Got out of bounds, so it's a stop clock.
Got to have a conversion here, or it is over.
Schneider lifts him over.
Slim Hope hangs on.
Close to the first down, falls forward, gets the first down, I believe.
Oh my goodness. Yep, he's going to wave the flags. It looked like another bad spot was coming up, but he gave him the first down. Where he was standing was not a first down. That was weird.
And a little out pattern they completed.
Is that DeCap again?
Yep, they'll have to go right to the line of scrimmage as the clock's still moving.
Rivera wide out on this side. Stays in field.
First down by DeCap as he receives it and runs towards the middle of the field and gets the first down. Now they'll stop the clock until the yard markers are set.
No huddle offense.
Probably want to look to JJ here. See if we can catch somebody sleeping on this side of the field.
Actually, has not looked that way once. Looking at him now. See if we can run with the ball. Jay, get out of bounds, Jay.
Got the first down. That'll stop the clock.
Okay, he stopped the clock to move the chains.
1:26.
Complete to Rivera.
Hurry up offense.
Nobody over here covering JJ at this point. Now they got the down marker marked. First down, ball's at the 46-yard line. Drop back. Got DeCap open on the far side.
Get out of bounds. He ain't going to get there.
And he gets wrestled down short of the sideline. The clock will keep moving with 1:14 left. Geneseo's down by the score 21-7. Here late in the ball game with 1:09 left. Drop back to pass. Across the middle it goes to DeCap. Close to a first down. Second effort may have got the first down enough to stop the clock and move the chains.
Got to get up the line of scrimmage.
Mini on the tackle.
As soon as he winds that clock,
got to get
run
him.
the play. 55 seconds left in this ball game, and it's a 2-touchdown deficit. It's thrown up for
Down
Rivera.
deep. Rivera gets twisted around. Nice ball that time by Schneider. Just turns JJ around and couldn't catch the balls. They came down at him. They bring up a 2nd and 10.
45 seconds left. It's going to be a massive miracle now. But the Leafs are not giving up.
Nope.
Going to play this one to the end.
So the clock stopped here on a incompletion. DeCap will set himself this near side now. Sprint out, action, nice protection. Nothing going for Luke on that side. He's still going to be on his feet. And brought down.
Schneider, ball carrier.
And that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I don't know if we can get in a playoff or not.
They're good. Yeah, they're going to get a play here. But it's 3rd down, so you can't even just ground it, really. He did ground it, so he's going to have 1 play left.
22 seconds stopped the clock.
Yep, that really is the only choice you had. So it's going to bring up 4th and 15, and this one's going to have to be downfield. 22.4.
Going to the end zone.
Leafs have had a tough day with the Yorkville Foxes. Looked like they were going to have their way early on, and the early going could not come up with any points for all the yards they were putting on the board. Yorkville scored late in the 2nd quarter. And here's the final play. If it's not caught, and it's not.
Pass intended for Mitchell.
So 15 seconds left.
15 seconds left. Geneseo will turn the ball over on downs.
Pearson on the coverage.
Near the end of the first half, Yorkville scored, took the momentum into the halftime. Maple Leafs came out on fire again. Tied the ball game up on a long run by Burris. Just could not keep that momentum. Had a fumble, turned the ball over, and Yorkville just kind of seized that momentum and kept it.
Downs, 1st and 10 for Yorkville.
Tough day for the machine.
Yep. Tough 2 weeks here.
So they get a bounce back week, heading on to Dixon.
So the clock will run down inside 10 seconds now, and that's gonna do it for tonight's game.
Zach was on the sidelines. I'm gonna give him a microphone.
Well, Zach, welcome back up to the booth here. Anything different in the sidelines than what we saw up here?
You know, not a lot. I'm sure, you know, you guys saw at the end, as Coach Pettit was saying, it was a momentum game. And, you know, the players recognized that. It was going back and forth. And, you know, some of the good things we saw down there was a lot of excitement. After, you know, we had that big stop right before the 4th quarter started, right at the end of the 3rd quarter, and you saw that excitement. And you'd like to be able to bring that, you know, into the entire game. And if the Maple Leafs, you know, are able to do so, that is one thing, you know, that will really help them out in the long run. And, you know, defense, you know, they had their chances. They had them 3rd and out. They had it. It was one of those games where, you know, one play and you stop them there, and, you know, it could be a totally different game.
Yeah, we were looking for that defensive turnover somewhere. We just didn't have it materialize for us here in this 2nd half. So we'll go through a few team stats here. O'Brien for Yorkville had 95 yards on the day. Scott, number 45, out of the tailback position, had 31 yards. Gillette, the quarterback, had 3 rushes for 7 yards. As a team, they rushed the ball for 132 yards on the evening. Gillette was 4 of 8 for 79 yards. As far as Geneseo side of the ball, Burris was 9 for 78 yards, a big run of 65 here in the 2nd half. Mitchell, 13 carries for 67 yards. Ryan Webster, 3 carries for 13, the sophomore. Jacob Coaster, 3 carries for 10. Mitch Miller threw 2 carries for 7. Schneider had 10 carries for a -19. Throwing the ball, Schneider was 8 of 14 for 66 yards on the night. As far as the team stats, Geneseo had 13 first downs to Yorkville's 12. Rushing the ball, Geneseo 153 to Yorkville's 132. Passing 66 yards for the Leafs, 79 for Yorkville. Total yards, Geneseo 219 to Yorkville's 211. Fumbles, Geneseo 2 fumbles, lost 1. Yorkville, no fumbles. Penalty-wise, Geneseo had 3 penalties for 11. Yorkville, 5 penalties for 25. Time of possession, Geneseo 24 minutes, 18 seconds. And Yorkville, 23 minutes and 42 seconds. So, again, as we talked about at halftime, we won all the stats.
Yeah, you're reading those, like the Geneseo team rushing, we outbeat them in rushing, we outbeat them in times of possession, we outbeat them in all these categories except up on the scoreboard,
right.
Which really executes the game.
Yep, that's the whole thing. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us here at Bob Reed Field this evening. I'd like to thank Greg Smith and the WGRG crew back in the studio for getting us on the air tonight. Ron Hartman and Geneseo Communication for providing TV50's internet streaming. Sideline reporter Zach Mackett. That's you, Zach. Nice job again tonight. Statisticians Willis Andel and John Buzzard. Technical coordinator Keith Kennett and Bob Pettit for joining me here, Mike's side here, to bring you all the action at Green Machine football. And once again, we're going to call it an evening this evening. And once again, thanks for listening to Geneseo football. We'll be back with you next week at Dixon. The final score here tonight, the Yorkville Foxes 21, your Green Machine 7. Thanks for listening. Good evening.